What's up, everybody? Zach here. Thanks for tuning in again on my journey to $1 million. Today I've got three interesting stocks to go over with you that I think would make an excellent buy. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Today the markets went up a lot again. Actually, my portfolio is up almost 9% today. I think that over the past week overall, SPY, Triple Q, they're all just fire the last couple of days. So I think that there probably is going to be a pullback soon. As you can see, since the Corona pandemic for SPY, and SPY is just the S&P 500 ETF. This is the major Corona pullback, but then as you can see, we've had two or three other ones that are just smaller. So I think that we could see a dip soon. I would not be surprised. So everybody should tread carefully on the positions that you're currently entering in. Unfortunately for me, I cannot enter any more positions right now. I need to cool down for, Webull says, about 6 business days before they will give me a margin account. So we'll see how that goes. It's a little bit unfortunate, but yesterday and today I will be just getting my account in order because I will not be able to trade for that time period, which is a little bit ridiculous, but that's just it just is what it is. All right, first stock I want to go over with you guys is Caterpillar. Actually, you might be surprised to hear about this one, but they are one of the first autonomous self-driving technologies companies in the States. So I think that this is usually overlooked, but they were started developing their autonomous equipment in 1985, and by the early 90s, which is that's before most of us were even born, they've been in the autonomy industry. So I really think that they're the OG of autonomous vehicles. Currently, they have a really nice fleet of all self-driving vehicles that can navigate the difficult quarries or mining sites. But you can just give it a quick search on YouTube and find a lot of videos on their vehicles in action. So I think this is an interesting play if you're into EV or autonomous vehicles. They've been running up a lot in the past months, this year, in fact. So I think that this can be an interesting one that a lot of people overlook. My price target for CAT is going to be $225. I think that would be no problem over about 2 to 4 months. We see a strong bullish trend since coronavirus lows. So let's just go ahead and check this out really quick. Currently it's trading for 192, but since the coronavirus downtrend, it's just been heading up. So currently we're at 192, and I think that if we can get, I think it's going to pull back into my buy zone. And once it does, I would be interested in getting just some normal call options. Like I said, 2 to 4 months out. That's my recommendation. I don't really like going, 8 days, 15 days. I really don't like doing that because there's just not enough time, and you're going to have a lot of decay just very fast, and it's just a ticking time bomb. So I prefer 2 to 4 months. It just depends on what your budget is, and it depends on the strike overall, but we can check out the 85-day till expiration. About 220. I'd probably do about 220 because my target price is 225. So if you check this out, it would only cost $310. At current price, you could go ahead and set a limit order. $300, you could get this, and if it's in the money, that would be a very big gainer. So I think it has a lot of upside, but be prepared for it to pull back. I think currently it is consolidating around this small gap last week, and I would cut at about 168. But that would be a really large that'd be a really large pullback if it did. Usually it didn't pull back that much, so I think that this is a pretty good play. Caterpillar is a leader in their industry, so I don't see any major risk with this. I gave it a risk score of 3 because it is a single company stock, and I do feel like we're about to have a big pullback on the S&P, Dow, and Nasdaq, but we'll see. So anything around $187 and less, I am totally a buyer. All right, next let's move on to SBE, Switchback Energy. This is an SPAC, and it is merging with ChargePoint. ChargePoint is a charging infrastructure for electric vehicles company. So Switchback is currently $40. We can take a look at this. Since they announced the merger, it has just gone up from $10, $20, and now it's currently $40. So it's got a good double, and I think it is possible to possibly double again. But my target price on this one is $50. And I would enter right now. My buy zone is pretty much right now because it's hitting this resistance support line, but it's formed a really nice trend. So there's been a couple of delays in the merger process, but overall I don't think it is an issue. If there's some unforeseen circumstance, then for sure it could break that trend. So I would cut around 34. Just right at the bottom of this, at these 2 candles right here. But overall, I think it's going to bounce. And yesterday, it showed that it is bouncing a little bit off of that trend line. Time frame is 2 to 4 weeks. I think it's going to hit $50. So this one is only $40. I think if you have the capital, I would just buy commons and write it out till 50. That's still a nice, depending on what entry price you get, it's a nice little 10% profit. If you want to take on more risk, and like I said, this is maybe a 4, even I would give it a 4.5 because it is an SPAC, but still, on the options, we could see just incredible gains 2 to 4 weeks out. It's definitely more risky, so just be careful, but we can go about 3 weeks out, and we can try to get it in the money. We can get it in the money, call, or even just a little bit out of the money just to be a little bit more safe. Even $42, I think it will have no problem after 3 weeks to hit that. It is a little bit expensive, about more than $4. So your break even would be 46, a little more than 46, 46.30 for the break even. But it would be interesting for me. Smaller positions, keep diversified. Keep in mind this is volatile. All SPACs are pretty volatile, but there is enormous potential for profits. All right, next one. It is a popular one. It is Xiaopeng. Xiaopeng is, as everybody probably knows, is a Chinese electric vehicle manufacturer, a competitor to NIO. I personally think NIO is overvalued. I linked the article on my website, prostocksadvice.com, that you can read about my thoughts on NIO. I've seen them in China. I've driven them. I've sat in the NIO SUVs before, and also the Xiaopeng as well. Xiaopeng is superior to NIO in my opinion because of the autonomous driving. They're already on the streets of Shenzhen and southern China testing them. You can check the videos out on YouTube, but people are driving them right now. Well, they're driving themselves right now, and so that's why I think overall they're going to be XPEV is going to be a better choice in the long term to NIO. I can tell you a couple of things. The XPeng vehicles, Xiaopeng, they are very nice. They look luxury, just like NIO does. And also, they are marketing better and a lot more than NIO is in China. So for those 2 reasons, along with their autonomous tech, which NIO is not, they don't have. So I think this is, for those reasons, I think XPEV is going to be a much better play than NIO in my opinion. And right now, Xiaopeng is trading for $54. I think we could wait for it to pull back. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because remember, if we miss our opportunity trying to get a better price, we miss our chance, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of chances that we can take in the future. That's what I always say. So don't rush into anything. Don't get caught up in the fear of missing out, FOMO. Don't get caught up in any of that stuff. Be intentional. Make a plan. Make your strategy. We want to buy Xiaopeng. We want to buy it for this price. My personal entry price is going to be on this trend line once it hits again. If it doesn't hit, then so be it. But I think that around $49, $47, $48, $49, $50, I'm definitely a buyer. I would buy commons. Actually, in my opinion, for my portfolio personally, I would buy 100 shares, maybe 200 shares of Xiaopeng and sell covered calls, because this is going to be a hot stock, so the premiums are going to be expensive. So just pocket those credits. I think overall this is going to be excellent. I don't think that this is all that risky, because I see the future. I see these cars on the streets all the time, but still I give it a 4, just because it is a little bit volatile, as you can see, as well as all of the EV industry. But if you want to invest in EV stocks, this is a good one, as well as Solo, which I did a video about yesterday. Check it out on my website, prostocksadvice.com. But still, I give it a 4. 3 to 5 months, I think it's going to hit $80. Target price $80, in around 49. Give it 3 to 5 months. So if you're in the business of buying options on XPeng, I would give it some time. I think $80 is very possible. Let's check it out really quick. 3 to 5 months. Let's go ahead and do about 3 months, 85 days till expiration. I think we could do a 75. That's perfect. 75. It would cost us $5.45. So the break even is going to be $80. So I think that's pretty perfect. I like to do, if I'm going to do the naked calls, I prefer to do a little bit out of the money, but nothing crazy, unless it's a long term expiration, a leaps over a year. Then I would do a little bit further out of the money. But for only 3 months, I think we just do a little bit out of the money. But again, set your target price. Just keep it in mind and be intentional. That is my advice. If you want to play it a little bit more conservative, I would say $70. And if you're buying commons, or if you have calls, I would start taking profits at $70. Hopefully you can get more than one contract. Try to get 2, 3, or 4. You can start taking profit at 25, 50, 75, and 100%. Let one ride till closer to expiration. You can see 200-300% profit on some of these out of the money right now. But if you want to be a little bit more conservative, you could do 65. This one is going to be more expensive. You can see the premium is $7.30. So your break even is going to be about $72. Again, set limit orders. If it doesn't hit, so be it. Personally, I want to buy 100, 200 shares, sell covered calls on this. If we go ahead and sell this covered call, let's do a 1 month. Let's just do 29 days. I think that's fine. We could even do 15. But let's look at around, I usually like to do around 1 month if I had 100 shares. So let's say a 1 month. Look at my chart really quick. I think, let's see, February, we're here right now. I think 1 month we could do around 65, 70 if we don't want to get assigned. So let's go ahead and look back at the option prices. So 29 days till expiration, 60, 70 if we don't really want to get assigned. So I think that's not a bad idea. Last price was 52. Break even is going to be 72.52, and that's 1 month. So that's a little bit above our target, and my target is about 3 to 5 months out. So I think this would have a chance of getting assigned, but not all that high of a chance of getting assigned. But again, this is the EV industry. EV stocks, they will jump up. really high, really fast. So there's a possibility of getting signed. I don't mind holding this stock long term if it dips. Also, I don't mind getting assigned. So for me, that's going to be okay. Selling this would net us about $240 of premium. So I think that's not all that bad. And if we just take a look at this really fast, if we are in it for, let's just say, if it does dip down to $50, then, or like I said, my entry, I prefer 49, so I would wait it out. But let's just go based on the numbers right now at $54. So $54, and then we get assigned at 70 minus 54, that's 16 divided by our initial 54, that's 29% that it would go up before we get assigned. So totally, our investment would be for 100 shares, $5,431. We would sell for $7,000 if we got assigned. If it went up to 70, that minus 54.31. So totally, we would make more than $1,500 divided by our initial cost of our 100 shares. There we go, about 28%. So our profit of $15.69 it was, and that's plus the premium of about $240. So totally $1,800 that we would make if we get assigned. And if we get assigned, we can always sell the puts in order to buy them back on the next dip, or we could just buy back the 100 shares and sell covered calls. It depends on what you think personally. So $1,800 is really not bad. Overall, the initial investment for 100 shares at current price is about 33%. In 29 days is not bad. Of course, it's not, hopefully it doesn't go up to $70 and we get assigned, but if it does, then still we're going to make it about 30% profit. And of course, if it goes up to 60, it would be a little bit less, but overall, we're still making money. Don't buy this unless you're okay with holding it if it dips down to 45 or something like that. And be careful because I think it's about time for a correction. So just keep in mind my risk is out of 1 to 5, so 1 is the lowest and 5 is the highest. Of course, 1 does not mean no risk. Everything has risk, even if it's just buying the very safest thing that you can possibly think of. It's still going to have risk. Who knows? An asteroid might crash into Earth tomorrow and all of the markets are going to crash. And if that happens, we're just going to have to buy the dip. Another thing I wanted to go over really quick is Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been pulling back a lot yesterday and today. And I've been invested in Bitcoin since 2011. So as you can see, it's hitting the bottom Bollinger Band right now. So and last time it did dip to around these levels. It did bounce back. Right now we're in a bearish trend according to the super trend. And this is the day candle chart. So I think it might bounce today, although we can never be sure with Bitcoin. It is inherently more risky than traditional equities. But the low was around $28,800, and this is according to Webull. I'm just looking really quick on Webull. The RSI is very low. The MACD is still showing a downtrend. We might see some more selling off. Although last time it hit 30, I bought a couple more. I should have sold at 40 when it bounced back before, but it was at 39,900 a couple last week. But overall, this is a long-term play. I see a lot of talk about the Bitcoin mining companies like Mara. I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't invest in it. It's going to act similar to Bitcoin, so I would just buy Bitcoin, to be honest with you. But I see a lot of talk in that, and people cannot treat it like traditional stocks. Stocks only go up type of thing. Because I used to be in Bitcoin mining a lot, and I ran a few Bitcoin mining farms in China, Western China, in Inner Mongolia province. And I can tell you, and that was back in 2017, 2018, and during that crash, you know, the electricity is going to have to be super cheap. Eventually, all of the capital, if Bitcoin crashed, eventually all of your capital that, or any of these company capitals that invest in Bitcoin mining, they wouldn't, it would be a waste because the miners wouldn't be profitable. Um, so you would really have to be comfortable with running in the negatives. These companies are obviously a lot bigger than what I was doing, but nevertheless, just be a little bit careful, because if Bitcoin does drop a lot and you are holding Bitcoins, at least you're still holding Bitcoins. But these Bitcoin mining companies, they could go bankrupt. And, you know, that is a very possible thing, and I don't see anybody talking about that online. But I have my personal experience. That is tough business, I can tell you. But nevertheless, it's possibly a good time to be buying Bitcoin right now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, journey to $1 million. I think if the markets keep going, I think I can hit it soon. And I really hope you guys follow me on Twitter for my live trading. I post my real actual trades that I do every single day when the market opens on my Twitter. So please follow me there. The link on my blog, and I'll put a link in the description below. Go ahead and subscribe, like this video if you like my content on YouTube. Please, it means a lot. I'm a new channel. I'm not really good at editing these videos, but I'm trying my best. And give me a couple months, I'll improve. So please go ahead and subscribe and like my video. It really means a lot. Also, I have IG, Instagram. I post more personal, just daily things that I do for fun if you want to check that out. And of course, if you're looking to find a new broker, or if you want something a little bit more complex than Robinhood, good for research, good for charting, and it is what I use for all of my charting and research. They have the financial reports on all of the companies, news, which is just really, everything is just really streamlined here. Even what analysts say, you know, if you want to buy or hold, if they think that. But of course, make your own decisions, and just a basic profile. So this is a really good broker. I would highly recommend it for beginners that want to get a little bit more depth than Robinhood. So I'll put a link in the description for 4 free stocks if you want to sign up using my link. It really also helps support my channel, since I'm doing this all for free, free for you, and I plan on keeping it like that. Check out my website and go ahead and put your email down here in the subscribe form so you can get email updates of my daily journey to $1 million. And once I hit $1 million, I'm gonna change the name to Journey to $2 million or whatever. So guys, thanks for tuning in again, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.